Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Devon Mum Budgets. My name's Philippa, I'm a married mum of 2 boys. I live in Devon, I work in Cornwall, and we've been doing this zero-based budgeting for the last 4 months. I've just done my end of August roundup, and so far we have managed to save just over £2,000 in 4 months, which is just crazy. That is spread along lots of different pots, across lots of different pots, so it's not just one big savings account, but over half of that is just for our New Zealand fund. I've mentioned in previous videos our sort of family dream is that we're going to move to New Zealand in hopefully in the next couple of years. We'll see. So the savings is the big focus is towards there, but we've got lots of other pots along the way, and I'm quite proud of that, even though we did have to spend, we spent our summer fund, we spent our school shoes uniform fund, and unfortunately we did have to dip into our emergency fund because my dog hurt his paw. So despite that, we still managed to bring in, a good amount. I actually haven't, just going to quickly look back. So we had 2,066 at the end of July, and at the end of August we had 2,385. So that's a really awesome result. That's just over £300 extra in a month with some spending going on, so I'm really happy with that. I think that's really cool. I'm hoping September again is going to be a successful month because we've got some more bills coming out, but we managed to pay off. My husband got a big kind of payout that he was owed through work for like overtime and just some different bits that he was owed for, and we managed to pay off our AO like online account, which is awesome. So we don't have that to pay off anymore. We've also paid off we had an Amazon credit which was paid off in 3 months, and those 3 months have now passed, so again that's awesome. So we don't have that to pay off, and this month is actually the last month that we owe any like arrears on our rent. I've explained in previous videos we live in my family home with my mum. My mum lives with us, and over the Christmas period my husband went from a weekly paid job to a monthly salaried job, and during that kind of transition period of a couple of months, maybe a bit longer, it must have been a bit longer actually now that I think about it, my mum very graciously gave us a bit of a reprieve on the rent for that period. So once we started paying it again, we'd just been paying off a little bit extra each month, and that's now done. So from next month we will have absolutely no kind of debt or arrears to be paying off, so that can completely go into, let's say, emergency fund, all of these different pots, which is really exciting. So September overall is looking slightly more relaxed than last month. It's a 4-week month as well for us, so that always feels a bit nicer. We haven't got that extra week of groceries and fuel and all of those things. So I thought for September, let's just check in. We'll run through the rough guided budget and then we'll go from there. So here we go, September. I've started, so when I'm putting this in, I do start it from the 28th because that's when I get paid. So all of these bills and stuff come out from that paycheck. But in theory, our weeks run from a Sunday to a Saturday. So in theory, this week 1 of September started today, 31st of August. But you can see here, I was paid here and lots of our bills start coming out here. So week 1, what have we got coming out? Week 1 is always our busy week. Our rent comes out, most of our bills come out, subscriptions, dog food. I normally order at the beginning of the month just so it's done. And I'll probably sit down and do that today. My professional registration is due this month. We pay this biannually, and it's a 2-year kind of period. So that breaks down to 61.67 every 6 months, and that is due this month. I don't know when. £10 for meds, that's just for 1 prescription. We've got our box meals for the week. We get meals with HelloFresh for my husband and I, so we budget £45 for that. My husband's haircut each month normally every 4 weeks he'll get his haircut, so it's £20 for that. And my youngest son has now started in Key Stage 2, which means we've got to pay for school meals for both of my children. This month we don't get school meals every day. I normally go through the menu, which I actually sat down and did last night. I go through the menu and I work out what food they'll eat, what they would like, and then we basically go off of that. So I worked out what each of them would have, how much that comes to for September. Just for September I've worked this out, and then obviously for October I'll pay in more for October. So it's £54.15. The other thing we do have to plan for in September is my eldest son will start going back to his tutor. And potentially my youngest son will also start with a tutor, but we haven't really decided that yet. There's been a bit of upheaval and some changes to class structure and stuff at the school, and we're just going to give it this next term to see how the boys get on. But if there are any issues, then we're potentially going to be looking elsewhere. But, you know, for the time being, that's it. So that's pretty much it for bills this week. Like I said, our rent arrears, that's our last payment, and that has been paid. So we can jot that down there. We decided we put £400 into New Zealand this month, and I'm planning on putting £50 into rainy day and £50 into our buffer. There was actually some change left from last week, but no, that's for the end of this week. Ignore me. Groceries, 120. I did a food shop today, which was £109, and then I had to get some butter from Tesco's because Lidl do not have the butter that we like, and Tesco's have always got it on offer, so we got that. Personal spending, so my husband has £80, that's his, and then I have for the month, so it works out as £20 each. £20 each week, sorry, and I've given myself £20 for this week. Fuel is £20 for my husband's car, and then sinking funds we've allocated, and we'll go through that in a minute and stuff those envelopes. So yes, so that's the end. We should end week 1 with about £629. Then we'll look over to next week, week 2, and the only bills we've got due out next week will be the box meals and the tutor, and our budget of £160 as it stands. Week 3, we get our child benefit that comes in, same again, box meals and tutor, and then our weekly expenses, and basically we're not really expecting anything else. So week 4, again, £352, our bills and what we expect, and then like I said, we pay in a bit from when we get our child benefit. A bit of that goes into each of the boys' future savings pots. So that's how September is looking, and I think what we'll do now is just crack on and stuff some envelopes. I am going to have to do a little bit of shifting things around a little bit, so do bear with me, and I apologise if this is slightly all over the place. I've just done another video, which you might have seen already, where I was unstuffing and condensing some envelopes, which has then given me this cash. And we're also going to do some digital stuffing as well. So I've got some placeholders that we will be allocating today. Let's count the cash. This is for our weekly expenses. So that's £120 per week on groceries, £20 per person spending per week. My husband has it digitally, so it's just me, £20 a week, and fuel is £20 a week for my husband. But I've already taken out this week's £120 groceries. So let's count what we've got. So we've got 20, 40, oh gosh, that started well, didn't it? 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 855, and I think that's actually pretty much spot on what I had added up. I'm just going to quickly look at my numbers over here, just make sure that I have got the right cash, because that would be really annoying if I didn't. 30, 20, 20, 60, 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 24, 80, 80, 60, 80. 960, and we got 955. That's pretty accurate. I'm quite happy with that. If I need to pull extra money from somewhere, I'll do that. I'm not going to stress about it right now. Okay, so let's get my little list up of what we are planning this month. Oh, what have I done with it? Here it is. Okay. So, please bear with me. I really do apologise if this is all over the place. I think my brain is still holiday mode and I'm not really back to normal yet. Right, household has 0 and it is getting £30. So we'll update these as we go as well. Today is the 31st of August. Cash stuff 30. £30. I've just realised that I'm on a bit of a wonk. Let's see. Hopefully that's a bit better. Sorry if it's shaking a little bit. It's just my phone holder is not amazing. Okay, £30 done. Clothing. Oops. Clothing's not getting anything. It's got £30 in it, and we don't really need anything at the moment, to be honest. I was going to put £20 in just to round it up, but yeah, I just don't think we need to. Health is getting £20, and it has 10. So health now has 30. Hair and beauty is getting £20. It has 10 again. Family fun is getting a bit of a boost because it's completely empty at the moment, and it is getting £60. So 20, 40 and 60. And my aim this month is that anything that's not spent from groceries or personal money or fuel will go into this envelope and slowly top this up a bit, because it is a bit empty. And it's always nice to go and do something nice as a family. So we've got £60 in there. Gifting is getting £10. Cash stuff. Now, I was going to put 10 in, but actually I've had to send someone £5 as a gift. So I am going to add 5, which was technically what should have gone in. I hope that makes sense. Let's put that in there. Yeah, digitally I've transferred some cash for a gift. Scouts is getting 10. This is just for little bits that my kids might need. We're getting back into the term now, so it's just for accessories that are needed. I also run my son's Beavers group, so if I need to get bits, and I've got a little bit of cash there for that. Music lessons is getting £10. At the minute, we cannot find a tutor. We're looking, but for the minute, this money is going on, you know, my son's String broke the other day, so we replaced the strings. It's going on, stuff like that for the time being. Right, car maintenance is getting £30. Now it currently has 70. So as you can see, what I'm going to do is put in 30, which will be take it up to 100. So we're just going to do that, and I've already done this digitally, so I've updated it on here as well. So car maintenance has now got 100 in the bank. Emergency fund is going to be a similar story. So, and actually, please bear with me whilst I work this out, because my head is a little bit all over the place with this, and I need to colour in some of this as well. So the plan for emergency fund is putting £120 in it. It currently has, why is there a 50 in here? It doesn't have 50. I'm so confused by myself now. Let's take that out of the way. So emergency fund currently has, oh, because I just did a cash stuffing and I swapped that around, that's why. So it has £70, £20 in cash and £55 in the bank. And what I have done, so let's just do this quickly. So I had £70 in cash and £5 in the bank, which adds to £75. I now have £55 in the bank and £20 in cash. So that's where we are with it at the moment. What I have done, because we had to spend £95 out of it last month, I have basically put that back in. So that takes us back up to 170. And then I decided to put in another £20, £25 on top of that, which takes us to 195. Yes, I added £120 back. So currently, digitally, I have £150 in emergency. And then I will have £45 cash. Do I just put in another 5 and put it up to 200? Probably. Seems a bit redundant to just be £5 short of 200, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So we'll take that out. We'll take those out and we'll put in a 200, and then I will just sort that online. I'll just make sure it's all in there. So we'll just add 5. Sorry, I've just got to open my desk drawer. It's a bit loud. 200. There we go. So let's colour in some of these, shall we? So what we've got, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 75, 75, 100, 115, 145, 175, and 200. There we go. 25, 50, 75. I've done that wrong somewhere, haven't I? Let's do it quickly. Sorry, do bear with. 10, 10, 10, 15, 25, 20, 25, 30, 30, 25. Yes, that's it. Lovely. So we're now up to £200, which is so cool. Especially after having to spend out of it last month, which was just heartbreaking. Especially as my dog was fine, like 2 days later. Always the way, isn't it? But at least the money was there. Okay, so that's emergency fund. Excess mileage, I explained on my previous video, I got some expenses back that I can claim through work, and I put that was £30, I put that straight into the online pot. And then what I'm going to do, so which took it up to 80, and then the plan was to put in £20. So that takes us up to 100. So what we can do is take that out and put that in. So I've now got £100 in my excess mileage pot online on my Monzo pot. And clubs has got, it was getting 120, it needed doubling. So there's now 200, but this is literally going to be spent in a couple of days. I haven't got another 200, that's annoying. Okay, well, I'll have 240, and that's to cover our rugby subs for both my sons and jiu-jitsu for my youngest. So that will literally be empty. Oh, I've done that already. It will be empty before you know it. And actually, I need to check because I think I've done that all digitally. Maybe not. I'll check that. Okay, so that is the orange folder done. Still got quite a bit of cash left, which is awesome. So next is, where's my folder? There it is. Next is our annuals, which are green. Not a whole lot going in here. What is going in is Christmas is getting 30. So I think what I'm going to do is take, if it's getting 30, that takes us up to 80, doesn't it? 318 cash staff. Did I say 30? Yeah, 30. So that takes us to 80. So what I am going to do is leave £30 in cash and put in a placeholder, and then I will set up a, oh no, actually maybe I shouldn't do that. I can't remember if I've got a Christmas pot online. Let's not do that. Let's just have the cash. What is it, 80? Let's just do that. I don't want to complicate myself too much. And I will condense that probably at the end of the month. Let's just have it there like that. Okay, Christmas has got £80. Halloween is getting a tenner. This is just for, you know, spooky bits, costumes, whatever. For the boys. Cash staff 10. And then anniversary is getting £20. It currently has 30. Again, I might do this digitally, but I don't want to really confuse myself right now. So anniversary has got £50 in. Lovely. So that's annuals. And then finally we've got our school binders. I do need to get school binders for these. And this is only getting a little bit, it's not getting a whole lot. So we are doing October half term here. And this is getting £20. Each design is, let's do 10 for a £90 total. So we've done the ghost and the witch. Very cute. I am a spooky gal. I do enjoy Halloween. And the kids really enjoy it as well. In fact, quite often they're more excited about that than like, I don't know, Easter and all that. My spooky boys. One of their favourite Christmas films is Nightmare Before Christmas. So we'll be watching that a lot. And then the other one is, what else? School trips, because we're getting back into the school year. I thought I'd put £20 in here as well. There we go. There's nothing planned currently, but they haven't got back to school yet, so we'll wait for the emails to start rolling in. So that's all we're putting in school this month. So this leftover should be what we need for the rest of the month. So I'm just going to award, that's my own personal spending for this month, this week. That's my husband's fuel. So that's week 1 done. So we'll go to week 2, and that's 120 for groceries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. £20 for me, £20 for fuel, and £20 for the tutor. So that is week 2. We need the same for week 3. Oh, I don't know if I have got enough, you know. I didn't get out enough cash. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. 20 for me, 20 for fuel, 20 for tutor. No, I haven't. What have I done there? Really badly calculated this. I should have one more week. What have I got? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40. Tell you what I'm going to do. I think we'll go back to the binder. Which one was it? It was these ones, wasn't it? I think this is how I calculated it, which is why I am now missing a bit. So I'm just going to quickly write back to bank, just so that I can make sure it's all right online. So anniversary, we can take this cash and we can put a 50 in, and then I will make sure that I transfer that online. Anniversary, 50. Halloween was 10. Christmas, we can do Christmas 50 as well, can't we? Although, do we need that much? Is that all we needed, was 50? Oh, my brain could work at the moment. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. So that's groceries, fuel, personal. No, that's not enough. We need another tenner. So let's just do, let's just do Christmas. We'll do 50. So we'll take that and we'll put these ratty notes. Put that back. 30, yes. Let's do that. Okay, does that... Sorry you're having to witness my mental breakdown. Let's see, does that work it out? Let's write that. Christmas, 50. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. So groceries, personal, fuel, tutor. Okay, so we've still basically still got £30 to play with, but that's fine. So week 4 is there, and then we've just got £40 here, which I might just go through and change some of the envelopes. Things like household. I quite like that, to have a kind of breakdown of a few different notes. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, I just like to, I'm going to put that in there for now, because I'm sure I'll find a job for it. I'll put those away in there, which live in there. Yeah, I like household to have some little smaller denominations, so that when you can see here, it's like £5 here, £10 here. So that's good to have that in smaller denominations. Okay, that's our cash stuffing done for the month. So these weekly envelopes then live in the back here. Like I said, I've done grocery money for this week already, but I will just put 20. That's my personal. Do you know what? I think I gave my husband fuel money just now and I forgot about it. So actually I probably had enough to not be able to not need to take stuff back to the bank. Oh, my brain is so all over the place. Anyway, I'll sort that off camera. So what have we got going on this week? I go back to work tomorrow. The kids go back to school on Wednesday. We've had new school shoes, which are lovely. They've come through. They fit really nicely. I'm hopeful that I can get at least half the year out of them, maybe the whole year. Previously, we've managed to get a whole year out of their school shoes. So, in fact, the last 2 years we got from one pair for both of them, because my husband ordered the wrong sizes. So actually, they had a year of shoes that were too big, probably, but they managed. They're fine. And actually, the shoes are in fairly good condition. They've just got the soles have worn thin, but the rest of it's pretty good. So, yeah, let's see how things go this year. The only other thing that I'm going to get is a new hoodie for my eldest, but I can only do that once the school goes back this week. And I will then arrange that. But that's £15. And we've got, like I said, we've got that money from the school shoes fund left over. So I'm going to put a little bit of that towards the school hoodie. We also had to get him some stationery for... He's now allowed like his own pens and pencils and stuff like that. So we've done that as well. So yes, we're ready back to school. I can't believe it's already come around. It's absolutely mad. I hope everyone has a good September. I hope your August was good. And I hope the month ahead is good for you. I hope all the things that you want to come true do. All the things you want to happen do. And I will catch you at the end of our September week 1 when we check in, and I promise to be better this month and be back on track with my regular programming. So that should be 1 video a week, and then every now and then, if I get the opportunity, I'll do an extra. Normally towards the end of the month I can do an extra when we're just stuffing extra bits. Anyway, have a great one, and I will catch you next week. Take care now. Bye.